Anthony Edwards is in China. Yeah, and I bet you're all wondering why. Feels obvious, but I'm Tyrus. This is Timberwolves Today. Let's get right into it. Yeah, he's in China, and I assume we all can figure out why. It's not to play for an NBA game. Nope, he is there learning his Chinese nickname and showing off the AE2. Yeah, that's right. Any of us that have the AE1, we're out of luck. What's that? Hello? We got a new shoe? The AE1's gone, I guess. I love that shoe. That's one of my favorite basketball shoes I've ever worn. It's a good shoe. It is comfortable. It grips well. I like the high top more than the low top, but I got the low tops because it's you couldn't get it. Like it was sold out everywhere. First of all, like when's the last time an NBA shoe was sold out like that? I can't remember anything like that since like Kobe's. So I, what do we think of that? Like Anthony Edwards is gonna have a new shoe. The model itself looks closer to like the Hardens now, or even like a Dame, or it looks like a Dame, a D Rose, or a Harden shoe. It doesn't look like ants. Like it doesn't look fast anymore. It just kind of looks chunky. I'm not really a big fan of that. Like I like the sleeker, narrow shoe. It's faster looking. The I don't know. The first one, like maybe it's just a season that Ant had, and that's why we all love the first one so much. But the second one is probably gonna be fine. The traction does look better. I think the traction's pretty good on the first one, but that's the one thing they could probably improve on. Based on what other people have said, I haven't had any issues, but that's been the big issue. The colorway, he's sticking with that kind of pinkish not coil, coral color that was the first one, you know. Um, it's fine. It's fine. It's probably gonna be the same shoe, just different looking. I get. Like I don't know. Like it's Anthony Edwards. Like I want him to be looking good while he's out there. You know. Like I don't want him in a new shoe. So hopefully, I talked about this in a few episodes ago. The Timberwolves were like clipping out his feet, and everyone thinks that's because he was in the AE2s. So maybe they'll stop clipping out his feet and we'll see some different colorways, or even the one colorway that is revealed. I don't know. I'm pumped about a new shoe. I probably won't get this one. I like my ones a lot more than any of the twos so far. So maybe the price will drop on the ones and I can get a second pair. Fingers crossed. But I don't know. It's fine. It's a shoe at the end of the day. He's an all-star player. He'll play well in anything. Um, that goes well most of the time for number one overall picks. Unless your name is Zion, then you just really have shoe issues. He might have another issue that isn't shoes. Ah. Um, Next, I know this has kind of been like rumored across Twitter for a while. Is sending Dante to the Lakers because they want additional shooting, but they're kind of struggling to sign Reeves like to an extended contract. So that's kind of where I'm at with this is why don't we go get Reeves? Like we can't extend him now. Making about 13 million for the next 2 years, so he's looking for a contract extension before next year, where he would just be unrestricted free agent. So the Lakers are trying to extend him, but he wants like 30 to 40 million. I think 33 is what he was asking for. So 20 million more than what he's making now, and they've already have LeBron and Luka signed on. So you'd pretty much be locking in that it would be Luka and Reeves as your one and two punch for the foreseeable future. Like you aren't able to go and get a third guy until LeBron leaves and his $50 million a year like leaves, you know? Like this is the first year LeBron's gonna be an unrestricted free agent. No, that's not even true. He's signed an extent. You know what I mean? Like I don't even know we don't know what's going on over there in Laker world. So let's send them Dante, a cheaper shooting option, and we'll take Reeves. And then Reeves and Ant can be a one and two. We can trade Randall if we have to, but I think what I worked out in the trade machine was you take Dante and Leonard Miller or someone who's making around $2 million, and you send them off for Reeves. The contract works about out. We can send them some picks if they need it. Like I'm thinking like 3 second round picks, Dante and Miller. But Miller's probably getting cut by the Lakers. I just don't see them keeping him. They got plenty of other young talent that they'd rather pour into. Like, I don't know. Leonard Miller's a weird one, but let me know what you guys think of that trade. It's kind of a one for one in my eyes. Like, you get a guy who's a really good playmaker, point guard type of player who could just be a point guard for us, or he's coming off the bench and he's like the number one guy off the bench, and that kind of leaves Nas to do more in the front court defensively, and he doesn't have to be an offensive spark then too, uh, which is a great option. And Dante's a great player. Don't get me wrong. I love Dante on the team, but I think we could upgrade without spending a ton of money. And I think even if we just went for the rental of Reeves and we're like, we're gonna let him walk in free agency, it could be a good deal for us if we wanted. Like come October, we're like, you know what? Let's make a push for this. Like this could be a good move. You guys can tell me what you think. If there's someone else that you guys have your eye on trading for, let me know. I'd love to work out the trade. I love looking at the trade machine. Trade machine is where I live. It's so good. But uh, speaking of the devil himself, the steal of the draft in 2021, 22. Dude, I don't remember what year that was. They were talking about Leonard Miller so highly. I'm not seeing it. I'm still not seeing it. Don't see the vision on this guy. He's a guy who's been on the bench his entire time. He was one of those G League Ignite guys. Like, he skipped out on college. We never really got to see him play. He did the whole G League thing. None of those guys have panned out. Like, Scoot Henderson and him are, like, two of the only guys to actually be in the league. Like, they all faltered out. Josh Christopher was the other one that made the league, and we know what his story is right now. It's I don't see it. Like they talked about him how we talked about Keita Bates Diop. We're like steal of the draft. Like this is a guy that you want on your team. He's gonna develop into such a dynamic young player, and he hasn't played more than I don't know 20 minutes in the NBA in however many years now. What's the I like? What is the plan surrounding Leonard Miller going forward? Are we just gonna let him walk when his free agency comes up? Are we seeing development? Will he actually crack the lineup this year since we have a shorter bench rotation? These are all questions I have. I'm gonna try to answer them one by one real quick. What's the plan? Don't know. Don't care. Kind of just want to see him walk in free agency. Maybe he'll go play somewhere else. Maybe someone wants to trade for him at the deadline for like, I don't know, a couple seconds and some cash. like, ah, will he crack the lineup with a shorter rotation? Probably this year. I'd really hope so because you got four guys in front of him, so he'd be the 10th man. I like hopefully he's playing. Like we know Joe Ingles isn't playing. Joe Ingles is number 11, so if Leonard isn't 10, who the hell is, you know? He's a good guy, I'm sure, but he doesn't move the needle at all on the team like he was supposedly supposed to. We should just sign him to a two-way and let him destroy the G League. But every time we sign him to that and he does destroy the G League, we're like, oh, let's bring him up. Let's bring him up. He doesn't do anything. They don't even play him in the games they bring him up for. They're like, yep, we're calling him up. We're going to try to get him in. And they don't play him. They never play him every time they say they're going to try to play him. So maybe this is the season for Leonard Miller. It's probably not going to be, would be my personal opinion. I don't see the vision surrounding this guy. Um, I don't think Finch believes in him either. Obviously, he would be playing him if he was. And I think he's just kind of a practice guy, would be my guess. Like, he's a great guy to have in practice. Just probably the case there. So, speaking of kind of the bench depth and, where is Miller fitting in that lineup? How's the roster going to look when the season actually starts? Who's getting that last roster spot? Who will be the last roster spot for us? We know we have one more person we can kind of sign onto a full contract. Uh, Rumor is it's Bones Highland, and like I like Bones Highland. He's got a cool name that certainly helps his case. But I kind of heard a new name float around, and you guys got to tell me what you think of it. Den Danielle Dan Dal Dalano Delano Banton is his name, I believe, from the Blazers. You can correct me on the first name. It just took me forever to try to say it for the first time. I read Banton. And I'm like, oh yeah, I recognize the player, and he's not bad. I was looking into it. He averaged 16 points in 24 games with the Blazers in 2023-24. shoots okay. Like he's not a great player. He's definitely like a bench depth guy, and I wouldn't mind it. He's 6'9". He's a guard. Those are hard to come by. Uh, I say we just sign him. It's a better option than all the other rumors that I'm hearing of Landry Shamet and uh, Malcolm Brogdon. Like those guys, they're talking about him like they're gonna do anything. But if we're looking at signing one more guy, how much playing time is that guy gonna get? You know, like either let's sign someone stupid young that can just kind of sit and develop, or let's sign a veteran who's actually going to contribute, like Brogdon, Banton, or Bowens, I guess. Like, but my 1 and 2 would be Banton 1 now and Brogdon 2, and we'll say 3 is Bones Highland because he was on the team last year a little bit. It just makes sense to go get someone who could have higher upside than someone we've seen. Like Landry Shamet and Campaign, we know what they do. We've seen them play plenty for plenty of teams. They don't like they may be great 2K assets in real life. They're not ideal players to have on your team. Sorry, Campaign, he's either going to drop 2 points or 15, and he's going to shoot 15 times to get those 15. Like it's not a reasonable signing for this type of team. A ball first player is not going to naturally fit in on this team and have success, I don't think. So that's kind of what I'm thinking for the last roster spot is one to go those three guys. Banton is an exciting one, I think, to at least check out. Maybe we sign him for the preseason and see what he's all about. But let me know what you guys think of that last spot and some of the other points we talked about today. And until next time, you guys all take care.